What's up, everybody? This is the Retro Matador. My name is Retro,
And I'm Matador Gabe.
and this is our show. We've had a little break, but we're back strong with the Justice League, the Snyder Cut. It is finally out after all these years, Matador. Finally. How do you feel? I want your initial emotional reactions before we dive into the breakdown.
Unfortunately, I'm not able to cry um, on command, but man, that was one of the best things that I've ever seen, ever, for a comic book movie adaptation. It definitely met the hype and delivered exactly what I wanted. I think that this movie is definitely everything that I need, and it sucks because I need more. I need more.
Ah,
I need so much more.
so much more. Like that, and a lot of people are tripping about the 4 hours, but I think the 4 hours again, it's Zack Snyder. If you watch any of Zack Snyder's extended cut movies, Batman vs Superman extended cut, it's about 3 hours and 15 minutes. If you watch Watchmen, the director's cut by Zack Snyder is 3 hours and 30 minutes long. If you watch there's an extended cut of Man of Steel, not too much longer, about 15 minutes longer, about 2 hours and 15 minutes. So he's known for making these quite extensive movies. Isn't there I believe there's an extended director's cut of 300 too. But yeah, it's all his movies.
Yeah, I mean, the time, it did take a while to watch. I know with my family we did 2 sessions to watch
Hmm.
it. I've since watched it multiple times, wasted more 4 hours of my life, but it's just really good. I can't complain about the time. I think the story itself, when you watch it, you understand that you need all that information. The
Hmm.
first version of this, the Joss Whedon cut,
The
the
Justice
Justice
League.
League, the Justice League failed,
Tremendously.
failed, failed to deliver on 80% of the information that we got,
Mhm.
and it shows a huge difference. It made a big difference for this movie. It delivered justice to the league. It definitely, it was necessary. Everything that you got was necessary. Um, that's all I can really say about the time. I think that it is perfect.
I mean, it is a very great movie. Like there are small minor flaws that I don't care. I love the movie. I could care about the flaws. I have been campaigning for this movie since it came out. Since the initial Zack Snyder behind the scenes look. I'm telling you, to this day, I remember the music. I talk to my wife about this all the time. I was so pumped to see some of the things from the behind the scenes clip he gave us 5 years ago actually make it in the movie, just little scenes. And I was telling my wife, I was like, oh my God, like, you don't understand. This was definitely in the behind the scenes like 5 years ago. Now it's happening. We get to see it. I mean, dude, I've been campaigning and arguing with people for years. And now my arguments, I don't have to argue with anyone anymore. It feels amazing.
Yeah, no, you're almost right there. You don't have to argue with just anyone. You have to argue with Warner Brothers. Apparently, they think that the Justice League is canon. And you know what? It is up to the fans as to what is canon, and we're deciding that this movie is canon and the other one does not exist. That is in a
Hashtag,
different alternate universe, and we'll sweep it under the rug. We'll let you live with your mistake. We paid for it, and we watched that one.
we
This
even bought
one,
the DVDs.
you know, we enjoyed it for what it was because it was supposed to be the ultimate team up, and it didn't live up to the hype the way that this one did. This is the correct version. I don't care what they say, and y'all,
Hashtag.
we gotta keep, yeah, the hashtag restore the Snyderverse. We
That's
need to
right.
continue this. We need to keep watching this movie. You watch it over and over. Show them that this movie deserves to be the canon version. Show them that we need more because this opened the door for more. And we will go watch it. We'll go pay for that. Like, there's no reason for them to not make money, right?
And this is 100% facts. Like, people went out in droves to see this movie just to be released on HBO Max. Like you said, I've watched it countless times now. Again, the runtime I think is what's gonna take it away from people. But Zack Snyder said he put the movie in parts for a reason. You can make it your own mini series at your own leisure if you would like to. So, you have the choice. Now, I do want to talk about a lot of key differences from the Justice League of 2017 to the Snyder Cut of now, because again, we know the difference before it came out. We've been behind this for a while, but the casual movie fan doesn't know the difference. So let's just kind of go through and break down some key differences that we both saw. So I want you to start with a scene that you saw a huge difference in.
Well, the biggest difference right off the bat is how
The
much
entire
they've
movie.
incorporated Cyborg and his
Yes.
storyline. Um, in the first movie, I can be honest with everybody that to me, Cyborg from Doom Patrol is better Cyborg than him. And that's because of what we got for the Ray Fisher piece of the Justice League. He basically wasn't there. Like, he was kind of a catalyst in the movie, but not really. And they didn't really explore the character very much. So he was just kind of like, here's Cyborg, and that was
Yeah.
boring, and it didn't deliver anything, and it was worthless. In this movie, Cyborg's awesome. Cyborg has so much depth in this movie. It has everything it needs for you to understand who his character is, what he's going through, and I mean, he is the key to the movie, and that's
And
what
you're right.
Snyder wanted to do.
You're definitely right. Like, in the Justice League, or the Josh Whedon version, so people won't get confused. In the Josh Whedon version of 2017, you're right. Cyborg was the key, but in this movie, he was the ultimate key. Him and the Flash were the ultimate keys in this movie, and we missed all that in the 2017 version. In the 2017 version, Cyborg had the mother box and just kind of showed up and was like, "Here, I got it. Here it is." When in this one, we actually got to see Cyborg take it and bury it in his mother's grave, and to try to hide it from the parademons and from Steppenwolf, and him actually go out and be Cyborg and look out for the little man. Him talk with Diana instead of being this brooding, angry guy. He was, like, I've been through this, and you guys don't understand what I'm going through. It's such a beautiful movie, and in Cyborg, his character, like you said, like, we didn't get that, and we grew closer to Cyborg, a live action Cyborg in Doom Patrol. But
Yeah,
now Ray Fisher, I mean, I love him as Cyborg. I
yeah.
really enjoy him.
Yeah, that I was definitely in the area of, I don't really need another Ray Fisher Cyborg nothing based off of Justice League, just because it was like, whatever. I have Cyborg. He's on Doom Patrol, and he's way more interesting. He's way more awesome. But at least now with this, they served justice for him, and he definitely compares now to me. He is equally amount of Cyborg as Doom Patrol Cyborg. I like both of them, just the same now. So it's really cool that they did that for this movie.
Now, I do want to bring up, not only did they cut a lot of Cyborg out, they definitely cut a lot of Flash out of the movie. We missed the him saving Iris West scene, which again, that scene's been out for some years now. They released that scene, but we got to finally see it in play. They definitely took out the Flash running like around to jolt energy to Cyborg to save everybody, but also they took out the major Flash point setup. They
Yeah,
took out Barry reversing time with the Speed Force.
right. That's the best part of the movie to me.
Oh, I cried.
At the whole thing. eh, okay, in the Justice League, he saves some little farm family that had nothing to do with
Dofkadochi.
it had nothing to do with this fight against Steppenwolf. Like it was like literally we don't know what we want to do with the Flash, so let him just go run around and save them. It was garbage. In this movie, the Flash saves the universe.
Everybody.
He saves the world. He saves everything. He's the reason why they survived. He was already the reason why they were able to resurrect Superman, but he did it, and he had that moment of reversing time with the mother box touching it. Like he's supposed to do it right on time, and instead of being like it's right on time, he actually was a little late. But because he's so fast, he was reversing time, and he made it come back out the liquid water or whatever that was, and then he touched it. It was great, and that was cool. And then you get the real thing of this is like we said. If you watched our trailer reaction, we said that DC is not afraid to kill your heroes. And
Facts.
they killed all your heroes in this movie. They killed everyone. And we got to see them disintegrate and like their bones and blood. It was great.
That's
I mean, we
crazy.
saw it in reverse because it gets to the point where the Flash is like the last one standing and there's just this big explosion. And he's like, you know what? I have to break the rules. I said I would never run this fast and do all this stuff, but I have to. Because
Make your own future. Make
I have
your
to
own
do
past.
it. It was great. That scene and in the way they shoot him running, it's to me it's unique because we get a good glimpse of the Flash on he's got his own damn show. But the way they make him run, he's like running super fast, like his motion is like super fast. On this, it's like they slow down time so much that it's like you see him running. To me, that almost makes him seem like he's faster because he's going so fast that he's slow looking.
Yeah,
Like
it's Flash time. Just like in the show, like the episode where they had the Flash time. And I definitely agree with you. Like, but also I like how, Ezra Miller doesn't run perfectly. And you could kind of see in the Josh Whedon cut that they tried to fix it and it looks like dog shit. It looks really bad. Like, because obviously not everyone can run perfectly. But when you think about it, the Flash in his early years right now in the Justice League, he shouldn't be a perfect runner. He should be a little clumsy. He should be a little late on time. And I think that Zack Snyder perfectly found that balance. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he looks ugly when he runs, but again, he just got these powers to be the Flash. He's not going to be perfect.
right,
He's still building to that.
right, and you can look a lot into it. Like you look at his suit. His suit is made from some state of the art equipment, but it's not like a perfect suit. Like those Cisco Ramon designs that you get on the Flash show, like those are perfect suits. This one, he's got like strings and stuff, like holding these plates together. Like it is very like he just put it together in his little house over there. Not funded at all. I'm sure Batman will help him make a better suit
Yes,
for the
confirmed.
future.
It is confirmed that in the Flashpoint movie that Bruce will be Ben Affleck will be the one to give Barry his Flashpoint suit.
Yeah, so it's coming. So yeah, like you said, I mean, he's a little clumsy and he uses it, and that helps. That helps because the Flash is so fast. You would think, oh, why can't he just do everything like so fast and perfect? Like because he's so fast, he can run through time. But like he's tripping over steps, he's tripping over rocks.
Aquaman.
He's going so fast. Like he uses his speed and he can't stop. So like he's going so fast that he's crashing into walls and stuff. Like it's great. It's great because it just lets you know like he's got a lot left to learn and develop. So it leaves you wanting more of it.
We'll definitely see that soon. The next thing big following the Justice League is the Flashpoint movie, and it will take up soon. Now, I do want to talk about the next thing that was very sad. Like that makes me cry a lot in this movie. I hate Superman. Let's get that out the way. I hate the soups.
Nah, man, Big Blue, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
With them bringing him back to life and we actually seeing the scene of him fight the Justice League is a great scene. It was
Right.
done fantastic. But the scene that makes me cry is seeing Superman go to the Fortress of Solitude, and you hear both his fathers talking to him, telling him, he's the savior. You got, if you get knocked down, you pick yourself back up, and you keep flying, and you don't stop, and you be there, and you do what you got to do. And dude, it gives me right now. I just get chills, and you can slowly hear that Man of Steel symphony in the background.
Yep.
And then he goes and kneels down, and you see the rocks from the man. They redo the Man of Steel scene, and he flies up, and the Man of Steel music just blares over your speakers, and he goes up to absorb the sun, and I cry every time because Zack Snyder initially said he started off with Superman because he sees himself as Superman. He compares him, not trying to compare himself, but he feels like an outsider. And let me tell you, that man got knocked down by the studio. He pulled his britches up. He got back up. He trudged in the mud with the fans, and he got his movie.
Yep.
That was his. This movie is that Superman moment, and it hits so different. Like,
It really does. And I mean, top it all off, the black suit Superman. I mean, that suit goes hard as fuck. Yeah,
oh,
in real life, seeing it, yeah. I mean, they could have only added the Superman mullet to make it all the way, but
the studio would not let him do the mullet. He tried, and Henry Cavill tried to do the mullet, and they would not let him.
they should have let him do it. They would have just made it.
They didn't want him to do the black suit. He didn't. So the black suit, if you watch it in the Snyder Cut, it's not actually black. It's the original Superman suit. He just had to go in and digitally take the color out.
Well, from what I actually read is that they didn't even change the color; that they just re-digitaled the whole suit.
Yeah,
So they
something
did
like
a
that,
better
yeah.
version of what they tried to do for Green Lantern, except they did it for Superman and his suit. That's why it looks so sleek. But that suit, it says a lot. That's the Kryptonian suit right there. That's like the one Zod was wearing. You know what I'm saying? It's got his freaking house on it, his freaking Harry Potter house, and he's got all of that, and he's saying, "This is me. This is what you've been afraid of this whole time. This is who you didn't want to see when you came to this planet. This is
Facts.
the only reason why you came is because you thought there was not one of me, and I'm here, and you're pathetic to me. I'm a god on a different scale than you are. I'm Superman." And he just comes in and like, "That's weak sauce. What's up?"
Dude, he legit like comes in. Before I talk about this, I do want to give this one. Zack Snyder said that he didn't just choose the black suit because in the comics the black suit is for recovering for Superman, right? He chose the black suit because it does make sense. If you wore the black suit, black absorbs heat faster.
You got the sunlight.
He needed Superman to absorb as much energy as he could in that span of time, and it is amazing how he shows up at the end of the movie to fight Steppenwolf in the all-black suit, and he beats his ass so hard, he's reflecting light off of him, dude. And it's not just one punch. Like, you know how movies build up to just that one ultimate punch to take out the bad guy? No. Superman legit is beating his ass so hard. Every punch, he's reflecting light off his body. I've never seen that shit in my life.
Only Superman can fight like that, bro. Like, anytime you make him mad, that's what's gonna happen. Hey, but that all that together, it was just amazing. Superman definitely had a better time there. And we're going through so far. We talk about Cyborg, we talk about the Flash, we talk about Superman. Let's talk about Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman. You come off of Wonder Woman 84, and you have the vibrant colors, and then you come back to this like darker, more mature version of her. I think she just kills it, man. She's the ultimate like she's the ultimate hero that you can like idolize as a girl wanting to have the idea instilled into you that you can do anything that you want.
Yep.
And she says that, and they have that moment in there. Her scenes, you know, when she's saving all those people from
In the
the
bank.
dude. Yeah, he's trying to blow stuff up, the terrorists. Like that's always really cool. Like I said, her music thumps. This is the best theme song out of all of them. I can't get over it. But yeah, her her dynamic was way better in this movie.
Yeah.
Like it just it felt better because in the Justice League, it almost felt like it was the Bruce Diana show, and that's the reason why they did everything. It was Bruce and
Yeah.
Diana, and on this, like they are able to explore Bruce and Diana on their own, but she's a bigger part of the team, and she's
Yes.
really like trying to gather them together in the same way. And I mean, she reaches Cyborg, which she does in the other movie, but like this is just like a better way of doing
Yeah.
it. And you know, I think she benefits as well from the bigger expanded fight scenes from the Themysciran woman. She benefits from that because you get that dynamic of like here's all her people, and then you get to see like, but here's Wonder Woman, and she's way more on another level. Like she's a god, right? That's the
I just
difference.
fought your sisters. You're stronger than them.
Yeah, exactly. And then of course, you know, we got the extra scenes where she goes and discovers the behind what's going on. She discovers dark side and what that means to the story and is able to explain it to us, and we get to see dark side for the first time on this movie, and it was freaking awesome.
Dude, it was
Man,
great. It was great. And I do hear people talking about, oh, well, Darkseid was a little weak and blah, blah, blah. And I just want to say to the people that say that about Darkseid, for one, if you think Thanos is better, you know nothing. Two, two,
nothing.
he technically isn't Darkseid just yet in the movie. He's Uxas. He doesn't become Darkseid until he gets the anti-life equation, which he was looking for in the movie. We actually did see him as Darkseid with a when they revived Superman. Cyborg had that nightmare sequence. When you look into that, you see Darkseid put his hand on Superman with when Superman's holding Lois's burnt body. Again, this is the nightmare part, one of the nightmare parts. When he has the lights reflecting out his eyes, just steaming
Yep.
out, that's Darkseid. That is Darkseid at full power.
And
So
he clowned all of them. I mean, Superman was there helping him, but I mean, look what he did to Aquaman. Just straight marked him. He marked Wonder Woman. I mean, these fools was over there giving it and standing their own to Steppenwolf. They're just letting you know this fool's on another level,
yes,
and we should know that. But yeah, I mean, Darkseid, even still, like as Uxas when he comes to the planet, he's facing against the old gods. You got
yes.
Zeus, you got Ares, you have Athena. Like they're there, combined with
You even have Artemis, Artemis with the bow.
yeah, all of them fools is over there um, fighting. And what do you expect? You think Zeus is just not gonna be one of the most powerful gods like to exist? Like that's the whole point. Is that
Yes,
he's this god, and Ares is the god of war. Like
exactly.
he's supposed to be that raw,
Yeah,
and it's just you take from that this is a conqueror of worlds that came and underestimated a team of heroes coming together, and that was the whole point of the movie.
thank you for bringing that up. Like you said, he's Darkseid is the new god of war. That's he. They're what Darkseid and his people are technically called are the new gods. They're the new gods. The old gods are Zeus, Ares, Hermes, those
Poseidon.
gods, Poseidon. Those are the old gods. So to me, when Ares, the old god of war, goes against Darkseid, the new god of war, that's a perfect matchup. And for Ares to give Darkseid that blow, with the axe, with the war axe. I'm sorry, I get so hyped when I talk about it because that's Ares. That's our god of war, and eventually he becomes evil. But in that moment, he used his every might to take down the new god of war. Dude, it's that movie has so many. The Snyder Cut is amazing. Okay, y'all all need to see it because the Josh Whedon version is just dog shit.
It's just dog shit. It is absolutely dog shit. And 100%. So we've talked about Superman, we talked about Wonder Woman, we talked about Cyborg, and we talked about The Flash. So we have Aquaman.
Oh, dude.
Aquaman, I feel like in this movie, he's way better because they don't make him as crazy as they do in the Justice League. They make him more grounded, and the lines that they give him are better to me. I think they do a better job like exploring his character because he's a hard ass. This is before the Aquaman movie where he's got even more growth, but like he's a hard ass, but he's also like, I'm just trying to look out for me. I'm not worried about none of the stuff y'all got going on. And then they come to his house, and to his house that he don't like because mama let me go and abandoned me and all this stuff. Like he's still like going through shit, but they're just like, dude, like you're supposed to become the king of Atlantis. This is your shit, and he took it. And you know what? Even if you don't give a shit, now this fool took this mother box, and now Earth on top, Earth down here, we're all fucked unless you do something.
Yep.
So he has to live up to it, and that's awesome.
And he does live up to it within this movie. And like you said, like you can actually, I prefer people to watch this movie and then go directly into the Aquaman movie because this sets up perfect for each hero within this movie for their series. And everybody used to trip about DC saying, oh, well, their heroes don't have their own movies. This movie not only sets the team up, it sets up all their individual movies.
Right.
So like you said, like Aquaman, his last line is, I gotta go see my dad. And that sets up for his movie, but also it hits home because, again, like you said, he didn't want to fight with them. He didn't want to do anything with them. And when he did, we're going to spoil a part where Silas Stone, Cyborg's dad, dies. He sacrifices himself for the Justice League, and Aquaman sits back and thinks, man, because of us, this kid's dad died.
Right.
Then if you pay attention later on, Aquaman's like, how's the kid doing? He's checking on him. And then the last line you hear of Aquaman is, I got to go see my dad. Like, the heart and soul of Aquaman is just, it's just so beautiful. Like, oh my gosh, they did so good.
The only thing that I'd say that the Justice League had that I liked and was not in here was the Wonder Woman, the rope scene, because that was just so funny. Like he starts like he's talking and then he just starts rambling off all this truth shit.
We're all gonna die.
And that hits, but you replace that with what they did for him in that scene and giving you that dialogue with Barry Allen. I think that definitely makes it more compelling to tell the story from that point of view and give him that full circle rather than like we were saying, like it's just like everything Joss Whedon tried to do was try to make it like Avengers where everything's funny. You're trying to make it a lighter movie, but you don't need that because you have enough funny with just regular stuff that's going on. The Flash, he's supposed to be the funny one out of the team because he's always talking. He's so fast. He's quick-witted. He's always got something funny to say. That's who he is. And everybody else is like, bro, you don't like take shit seriously. Like, and even Cyborg, who's the youngest one, or maybe, I don't know, between them two, one of them is the youngest one. But, he was like, so what's next during the plan? And he's like, oh, and then we're going to do something stupid. And then he was like, Barry, oh yeah, nah, we're gonna do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they have to call him out, like, hey, be serious for real. Like, we're trying to save the world. We're not like just fucking around. But the
Yeah.
Flash can do that because ultimately he has the power to do what he wants. But it's just, being able to do that, you make other stuff count more. Like every time you have a joke to say, like, yeah, I'm gonna laugh for 5 seconds, but what did it mean for
Exactly.
the movie? Like it doesn't mean nothing.
And I mean, there were definitely a lot of jokes in this movie. Like, it's not like this movie is just so bland that there weren't any jokes. Like,
Yeah,
Zack Snyder wrote in plenty of jokes. It just felt like Josh Whedon like overkilled it. And like you said, it felt like an Avengers movie. And people do need to know that Josh Whedon did write and direct the first two Avengers movies. So if it felt like that to you, that's why.
yeah.
Um, so, but now we do got to get to the main man, the Bat.
The Batman. It's the Batman. Man.
So with Batman, dude, like Ben Affleck, he's one of the greatest Batman to me. Um, I wish he deserves a better chance as Batman and at Batman.
Justice League. We should keep saying it. All the greatest thing to ever come out of that movie is that interview. Him and Henry Cavill. Hello, darkness, my old friend. That is literally the greatest thing that had come from that movie. It's a tragedy because it literally tells you, look at what I think of my own movie. We're supposed to be hyping it, and I can't believe I'm here, and this is what happened. No, total redemption for this movie. Total redemption for Ben Affleck's character. He does not have to be the main catalyst for everything happening. It's more team based, and he gets to show out the way that he needs to show out without being a stupid ass. Batman doesn't make stupid ass jokes. He's not Tony Stark.
Oh, that's gonna bleed.
Yeah, that he is not that character. Now he'll say something quick witted to Alfred because
Yeah.
Alfred and him always got to have some sort of banter. But like for the most part, when it comes to the rest of them, he's usually more serious. When
Yeah.
he's in the Justice League, it's like, dude, he's the ultimate planner. He's making sure that shit happens. And I like that in this movie they hit on those marks where it's like, hey, I'm finna do my part of the plan, and I don't care what y'all think. Y'all go do what y'all have to do because I'm gonna take care of it, of what I gotta do. Y'all don't need to worry about I don't got no powers. I'm gonna make sure we do it. He didn't need powers. He didn't have powers. He didn't need powers. They let him murk all those freaking parademons, and he was wrecking them, dude. I mean, for Batman to be a human, he's dodging laser beams like it was nothing. He was just up, like, man, dude. It shows.
Gauntlets?
Yes, that was the greatest addition to this movie, like, cause that literally explains so much stuff. Those gauntlets, setting it up, letting him know that they made these gauntlets, sets up, well, how is it that his bat suit is capable of taking on these lasers and all this stuff? How is it that when Superman attacks him, which is way better on this one, because he hits him with the damn laser eyes, like that was better, and he's like, and then it's like too hot, so he takes it off, and then he's got one more, and it's like, dude, it just, everything they did for this movie, they improved all the characters, including him, and we can't go without saying, like, his importance to the whole feat of the end, like, he had to help the way that he could help.
Yeah.
He wasn't the reason why it ultimately gets defeated. Like, he didn't do anything with the mother box. He didn't do defeating Steppenwolf.
He just put his life on the line.
Yeah, he put himself out there. He's the reason why they had the plan. He's the reason why they had the damn carrier thing. He murked all them parademons. They shot Barry. He was about to see Barry Allen get killed, and he stopped him. So by saving the Flash, he saves everything. And that's who Batman is. He's selfless, and that's who he's supposed to be. And then we go into, like, the epilogue, where it's like, dude,
the best.
The epilogue sets up so many things. We get the end credits from the original one that we already knew were there, with the Deathstroke scene, with Lex Luthor, and then we also get the new Martian Manhunter. Like, intro. We get to see him early in the film when he's pretending to be Martha Kent, which was important on its own. And then we get to see him tell Batman like, "Hey, I think there's gonna be more stuff going on." So we know he's gonna join Justice League when it's time for whatever next battle they have.
Where the hell has he been? He
I
ain't think to say he ain't think to save nobody during Man of Steel when Zod was crushing literally crushing the planet, and he was just like, "Fuck it."
did you see the interview that he had? I forget his name, the actor, but he's a dude from the Matrix.
Yes.
But he was like, yeah, we hadn't even decided that I was gonna be Martian Manhunter. But he's like, when Zack Snyder's filmed the scene where they're in the interrogation room and all the stuff's happening and everybody's afraid of Superman and they're
And
all
yeah, Man of
backing up.
Steel.
Yeah, they're all backing up. And he was like, well, in this scene, like, should my character, like, stand his ground? And so he's like, if you look at it, he like actually goes forward to the glass like when that's happening while everybody else is getting scared. So it's like Zack Snyder already had an idea that he wanted him to ultimately become Martian Manhunter without telling him because he wants to show the continuity ahead of time that for whatever reason he's not afraid in this moment like every other human.
So I'm
And
saying he has so many details in his movies, man.
yeah.
Like so many details. Like the beginning, I mean the end of Man of Steel is the beginning of Batman vs Superman, and the end of Batman vs Superman is the beginning of the Justice League. And then take us out with the epilogue.
So yeah, we're they set up three different movies in my opinion. Now they're saying there's only two, but to me you set up three different movies because you're setting up a Legion of Doom
Yes.
movie. You're setting up a Justice League movie where they're gonna face off against what do you call it?
Dark Side.
Darkseid, and then you have like this Injustice timeline, right? Which I guess is still the dark side, but it's like it almost feels like you could do something separate because it's like almost exactly like the Injustice timeline. So when you
Yeah.
go through it, we get to this post-apocalyptic scenes where Batman, Cyborg, they're like
Mira.
hiding up. Mira's there. Then you have Deathstroke. He's there, and you're seeing them come up, and they're all afraid like he's coming, and you don't know who they're talking about. But you've seen the nightmare scenes, and we know Omega symbol, so we're thinking Darkseid this whole time. And then you see the Flash pop out, and then you have the piece de resistance, and we talked about it on our trailer reaction because that was the newest part of the trailer. We get to see Jared Leto return as the Joker, and they did not skimp
Nope.
on these scenes. It was great.
Dude, before we get into his performance, I want to let everybody know Zack Snyder was not allowed to film any extra footage for the Snyder Cut. And he said, fuck that. Zack Snyder built a green screen surrounding area in his backyard and brought them out there to film that nightmare scene at his house and added it in the movie without Warner Brothers knowing. There's nothing they can do about it.
Oh my god. Hey, and you know what? They didn't need to do nothing about it.
It was so good. Like, just the fact that we got that back and forth between Batman and the Joker. And then the Joker just pretty much straight up coming out being like, we can have a truce right now, and gives him a card. Which, by the way, if you look at the card is one of the first Joker cards from his first appearances in the comic books.
Of course, it's always that one. That's the same one, the Heath Ledger one. It's
Yeah.
it's the same. It's the same card. They always keep that card. It's great.
But he tells him that, hey, we have a truce for now. In this post-apocalyptic world, we'll have this truce. And if you rip it up, we can discuss why you sent a boy wonder to do a man's job.
Batman's like, hey, watch what you say next. And then he didn't watch what he says. Like, you're not careful with your words at all.
Like,
And the Joker's like, ultimately, he knows that whatever Batman's plan is, like, the Joker is needed
mhm.
for his plan. So he's not going to fuck him up, even though he wants to. And he even tells him, after we're done, I'm going to kill you. Like
Slowly.
That, because the Joker killed Harley Quinn. And so, you get spoilers for different stuff. So I want to see what they do with the Suicide Squad end of that. But I think what's really good about this is that they had a very good dialogue. But I was reading that Ben Affleck and Jared Leto didn't even get to like shoot
They
that
weren't
scene
in this.
together.
Nope, they were in different areas. Like the times weren't lining up. That's what I'm saying. Like Zack Snyder has a vision. So even in the scene where you see, go back and watch it when the Joker has the card, Bruce, you can't really see the Joker because Bruce Batman is focused on that card. And then when he slowly starts to say, "Why you sent a boy Wonder," then it sharpens into the Joker's face because he focuses on him for saying that. Like, there's so many details in the Snyder Cut. It's crazy.
Dude, yeah, and you get, like we said, redemption for a lot of characters. And Jared Leto's Joker gets a redemption here because he's not featured the way he was supposed to be featured in the Suicide Squad. And then
Right.
we're always just left with, like, hey, he was going to be this different take on Joker, and he's going to be this interesting character. And Jared Leto could have done way more. And he was upset by that performance, too, because it's not. They cut out most of the content that he actually did, and then for him to get this opportunity to retake it up, and they still give us a different version of the Joker, like that even makes it better to me. Like, you get to see that, like, he is one of the Jokers, right? Like, he is one of the
Yes.
Jokers. We get, at least at this point, some inkling and idea of what we could have gotten with Jared Leto. Whereas, like, in the Suicide Squad, it's like there's this character and we just didn't get enough to even evaluate, like, well, is he, like, would he be better if he had more? Like, now we know he would definitely be able to hit it. He would definitely be able to touch on the nuances, and he's definitely good alongside of Ben Affleck's Batman.
Definitely. And like I said, bro, this movie all around is amazing. If y'all haven't seen this movie, again, go check it out. It is on HBO Max. We have definitely been trying to get people to go out and see it, to support it. Hashtag restore the Snyderverse. It might not happen, but you never know, because that's just how things go. Now, again, our next big film coming out that we're going to review actually is this week is Kong v Godzilla. So we will be coming with a review for Kong v Godzilla. Again, Team Kong. Godzilla's going to lose.
I don't think that was the tagline of the movie. Hashtag Godzilla, King of the Monsters, including King Kong. We can say what we want. He can be King Kong. He could become a king in this movie, but you only got one god, and that's Godzilla. And that's where it's at.
Got it. Well, we will continue this debate on our next big video. Again, make sure to like, subscribe, share to your friends. Send some comments down below. We need to hear some people talk about the Snyder Cut. Let's do it.
Yeah, talk about the Snyder Cut. You got two versions to watch. You can watch the original Snyder Cut, or you can watch Justice's Gray Snyder Cut if you're into the black and white noir stuff.
But don't ever watch the Justice League anymore. We're done with that movie. That movie's dead and gone.
As a movie, what is that? I don't know
What
that
movie is that?
What?
but again, thank you everybody. Again, like, subscribe, share to everybody, comment down below, and let us know what you want us to do next. And my name's Retro.
I'm Matador Gabe, and we will catch you on the flip.
Peace.